To play for the glory of your team or your own, to accept defeat or battle it out right till the very end. In cricket, players are at a crossroad all the time, and tough choices need to be made. Moments of truth need to be met head-on. These choices define your game and character, and a few rare men meet these choices with courage, and they belong to the League of Platinum Men. Hi, I'm Archana Vijaya, and speaking of courage, I have with me a man today who has been stunning the world with his courageous display on the crease. For those of you that know him, you will agree that he has had to face many moments of truth in his career, but he's faced them head on and always stayed true to his values. I have with me our man of platinum, KL Rahul. It's good to see you again, KL.
Thanks, Archana. Again, the pleasure is all mine.
You seem so calm and composed when I see you off the field. And then when I see you on the field, facing the most terrifying bowlers in the most intense situation, you're still so calm and composed. How do you manage to do that?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's just a front. Put up a brave front most times because you can't let the opposition know that you're nervous because they'll pick on it and then they will feel like they're ahead of you. So sometimes you got to fake it. But yeah, I mean, inside, deep within you know what you have to do, and that only comes from a place where you're really courageous inside, and you know that no matter what comes your way, you're still going to fight it with a brave, courageous face and take things as it comes.
Interesting that you mentioned courage. And what, according to you, constitutes courage while playing on the field?
Well, look, I'll give you instances in cricket where you've obviously as players you work so very hard and then you can go in as a batter and get out on the first ball, and the game is such that you keep having to come back,
pick yourself up.
Yeah, keep coming back more often than having a successful streak. So having to go through all of that, and it doesn't end there. You still have to go back in next innings and have to face the heat all over again. And when you haven't done well in an innings, the opposition knows that, and then they make it even harder. The crowd makes it even harder for you. So yeah, these things easier to talk about, but when you go through it, it's actually a lot of fun, because I mean, I play the sport because it always challenges me and it always pushes me to be courageous. There is no other option. So yeah, I quite enjoy that about sport, and I think that's what keeps us going.
Of course, and I can't help but mention your knock of 132, which was the highest in our T20 domestic league by an Indian and a captain.
Yeah, that's the beauty of sport. I mean, that was a very special innings, and I was very happy that I could do that for the team. You also have to remember that this happened after 6 or 7 months of break for everybody, because we all had that COVID. I wouldn't call it a break, but we couldn't leave home, we couldn't play sport. The whole world was at a standstill. So all of this happened after that, and we didn't have a lot of match practice, so we couldn't go out. So we went straight from being indoors we came straight into the Dubai heat firstly, which was very, very hard, and then going and playing such a competitive league. So all of us were very nervous. We'd already finished one game in which it was a nail biter. It was a last ball finish. We ended up on the losing side. So, and it was my first year as a captain. So I had to be courageous in the next game, and I knew that I had to lead from the front and set an example. And scoring 132 is always special, no doubt, but it was important that
You did it at that time.
Yeah, I did it at that time, and I was batting till the end, so it was important for me that I finished really, really well and on a high, so that give our team the momentum, and then the bowlers could come and do their job. And yeah, spare a thought for the bowlers who did were on the receiving end in that innings. But again, there are more times when the bowlers dominate us than batters dominating them. So that's where the game is fair at times.
Is there an instance of courage on the field that has been etched in your mind forever?
Yeah, of course. Right at the top of my head, I can remember this instance where Anil Kumble was, he got hit by a bad bouncer and he had a broken jaw, and even after the physios advising him not to take the field, he went onto the field with his whole face trapped up and went on and
some crazy visuals there.
And gave it his all. So those are the kind of players that we watched on TV and grown up. So obviously we, our cricketing culture is so rich and like filled with such instances that as youngsters you learn from these things, and you want to grow up and be amongst, like, be in the middle of such
Warriors.
Fights. And and the other instance I can remember is of Pujara, having faced a barrage of bouncers from the Australians again going back to the series in Australia, which was so very important for us. Kohli was in there, so he had to step up, and they kept bouncing him. There was a picture I think he put up after the innings where he was black and blue everywhere, and he took a lot of blows for the team, but it did not. I'm sure it affected him physically, but he had like unwavering focus and determination, and he knew exactly what the team needed from him, and he showed so much courage and guts in that innings, and we went on to win that game again. And I think that the big reason is because of what Puji did in the middle, and it just these are small things that really spread in the team very quickly, and the energy is picked on by everybody, and everybody wants to be in the midst of the fight. So things like these will always be remembered by people, not just victories and not just the hundreds and special achievements from individuals, but like things like these where people have really stepped up for their team and for their country.
I couldn't agree more with you, KL. I think while Puji is so calm and composed on the outside of it, inside, he is so courageous. I think one of the most courageous batsmen, if not the most courageous batsman in the Indian squad today.
He is, absolutely. I mean, every individual is different. A lot of people are expressive. A lot of people, like you said, like Puji, are very calm, but there's a storm brewing within, and everyone knows how to channelize it, and everyone doesn't. They stick to who and what they truly believe in, and having guys like Pujara and the team gives guys like me and guys in the middle order freedom, because we know that if things don't go really well, we have a wall like Pujara who will stand there and fight for the team.
So one thing's for sure, that when there's Puji on one side, the opponents are definitely going to have a hard time, isn't that right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, they're always trying to get under Puji's skin, but he, like I said, he has such
solid focus.
Yeah, solid focus. So he's like a wall that you can't move.
Indeed, the only enemy that you need to fight is fear. But honestly, if I was fear, I would be scared of men of platinum like you and Puji on the other end, for sure.
Heavy, real heavy, Archana.
Should I lighten things up a bit?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
I think that's the need of the hour.
Yeah.
And I know bowlers are scared of you, but are you ready for my Yorkers?
Always. Let's go.
Let's go. Playing on the front foot or playing on the back foot? Did someone say my Yorkers were not good?
Yeah, I'll say back foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is courage inner strength or external fierceness?
Inner strength.
Facing the fiercest bowling attack or facing the media?
Facing the fast bowlers, I think.
Okay, so one fast bowler from any point in time in history who terrifies you, but you'd still like to face?
Shoaib Akhtar.
Good one. That's all we have time for, and I must say that you really faced my Yorkers with true KL characteristics of composure and courage.
And class.
But of course. Thank you, KL, for joining us in this league of Platinum Men. I can't wait for the next episode where we unravel more magic coming your way. This is Archana and KL saying ciao, ciao.